All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to this is the Mike Tyson Straight Outta Content podcast, Mike Tyson pre-fight. Just a quick video I'm gonna make real quick because they actually are starting the fight right now. I don't even know who these two guys are, but the telecast for the, what up, Trey? I was asleep. He wasn't asleep. Shout out to Killing Every Day. Yeah, so I'm gonna make this quick video, my prediction, who I think is gonna win. I really don't want, everybody knows, I've been saying it for a long time now. I really don't want this fight to happen. Even though they looked, physically, they didn't look as well as their promotional videos look. So that kind of, what's he say? Let's see the sleeve for the Flash Custom Designs. Oh. Shred content on the sleeve. Shred content on the sleeve. But they didn't look as good physically as trained as well as their training videos looked, meaning they looked great punching the bag and punching mitts, but then when they got on the scales, they didn't look like as appeasing as I thought Mike Tyson was gonna look, because we kept seeing mad pictures of Mike Tyson looking crazy. And then all of a sudden, he gets on the scale and he really does look old. Like he looks like a 54-year-old man. So I'm just like, damn. Don't matter, that's tight, George. So I'm like, damn, like what the hell? Like, is it gonna be that good of a fight? I don't know. All I know is that there's only a 3-pound weight difference. They are the same size, they're only a half an inch apart, but those are the type of men that Mike Tyson runs through. And we know Roy Jones Jr. has been knocked the hell out. Oh, here comes Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson is coming in. Right now, he's walking in. He said, don't matter, let's fight. I'm not one of those people to like to see my heroes die. And I'm so glad Max Kellerman, everybody knows I'm not really the biggest fan of the ESPN crew, but today they kept it real. Today, Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith, both agreed, and especially Stephen A. Smith kept saying, like, listen, I don't want to see this fight. I don't know how the hell it got sanctioned. I don't want to see Roy Jones Jr. die. And everybody wants to see this type of stuff, but don't forget, this is 2020, right? Everything that could have happened has already happened. So what makes you think that Roy Jones Jr. could not die in the ring tonight or could not die post the ring? I mean, look at Zab Judah. Zab Judah's in the camp with Mike Tyson with a gash, a 9-inch gash, probably, I think it's even longer than that, from here to here, from his last professional fight. Thinking that he still got it, fights a guy, goes into a coma, has to have his brain and his skull operated on, and he's in camp with Mike Tyson, ready to fight Roy Jones Jr., who's never been as big as him. Roy with the upset. No, buddy. No. Yeah, we're all going to be upset. The only upset that's going to happen tonight is we're going to be, what's up, babe? Hi. That's the wife over there. It's our anniversary. It's our 4-year anniversary. 4 years, 444. George is on live. But yeah, so the only upset that's going to happen is we're going to be upset that Roy Jones Jr. is laying in the ring. Now, I hope it's a quick knockout so that Roy can kind of like recover from it. Not something where his Glenn Johnson knockout. Everybody go, if you haven't never seen this before, go watch the Glenn Johnson knockout. Mind you, this is after his Tarver knockout. So he gets knocked the fuck out by Tarver, fights Glenn Johnson, then gets knocked out cold. I mean, I just saw Leo Santa Cruz live get knocked out by Tank Davis. And this is somebody in their prime. And that scared me because all of us were like, oh yeah, he's knocked out. And then he wasn't moving. So and I just saw that live, and I legit thought one of my heroes, I love Leo Santa Cruz. I legit thought that he was knocked out cold. So there's not really much to say. The Nate Robinson fight versus, what's his name? Jake Paul. I think that's gonna be easy. Jake Paul can really fight. That kid, like natural ability. That kid can really throw his hands. The shit is crazy. He's not like his brother, Logan Paul. Whichever one is fine. I don't know. I'm not too much on them. But the older brother who's supposed to fight Floyd Mayweather, he can't fight. But his little brother Jake, that kid can fight. Zab Judah, a lot of other fighters have seen him in sparring and stuff like that. up training for this fight, and it's not even, and he's way bigger than Nate. You can tell like Nate's not really a fighter. He's just an athletic guy to throw some punches. He reminds me, Nate Robinson looks like Kevin Hart boxing. He looks just like Kevin Hart boxing. Like the shit is not, it's hilarious. Like he's gonna get smoked. It's sad. Let me re-up my feed because I think I don't know what's going on with my pay-per-view today. But I don't know what the hell's going on, but we got the fight. Okay, there we go. So that's my biggest fear. I think that Nate is gonna learn tonight what a fight is like because that kid Jake Paul can really fight. My boy can really throw his hands. And then I just pray, praise be to Allah. I hope that nothing happens to Roy Jones. I really do. I hope that it's a boring fight. I hope that people are mad and that he never fights again. Because this is what you wish for, right? What you do to somebody else can come back to you. Prime example, Mike Tyson turned down Tyson Fury, Evander Holyfield, Bob Sapp, and Shannon Briggs, right? He turned down those 4 names. And Tyson Fury turned down Mike Tyson because he's like, I'm 6'9", in my prime, 30 years old, in his prime, 6'9", 270 plus pounds. No, I'm good. Even though I can make a lot of money, I choose not to kill Mike Tyson. But Mike Tyson took Roy Jones Jr., who's been out of the ring. He barely won his last fight with a 10-round decision or whatever the heck that was, some Joe Schmo guy. And then 4 of his 5 previous fights before that, he was knocked smooth out by no names in Russia, let alone his already 2 previous knockouts here in America. So, and then getting cut really bad against Joe Calzaghe. Like, the list goes on of his losing streak. And this is when he was fighting at a decent weight and actually healthy weight in his late 30s, early 40s, let alone fighting at 51 years old. I just really don't want to see it. But again, whatever he does to Roy Jones Jr., depending on who he decides to fight next, could be done to him. Because we all know Evander Holyfield's training if Evander Holyfield isn't there, he's training to fight Mike Tyson. And I think that this is Mike Tyson's redemption. He's thinking, okay, I need a tune-up fight. Let me go and get all my confidence back against Roy Jones, smoke him, and then the Evander Holyfield 3 fight will be even bigger, which is great. But don't forget, Evander Holyfield has always had your ticket. He's always had your number. When's it coming on? It's already on. It's already on. It's already on. It's the pre-fights right now. Some kids I don't really know, but it's already on, kid. But yeah, so that's just my whole thing. I don't think that they should be fighting. I think that he should be fighting a legit heavyweight. You notice I named 4 guys. They're all legit heavyweights. Sapp, Shannon Briggs, Tyson Fury, Evander Holyfield. Wasn't there one more? Sapp, Tyson Fury, Shannon Briggs, Evander Holyfield. Yeah. 4 guys, all heavyweights. You pick Roy Jones Jr. You pick the guy that started at 160 pounds. Like, come on. I don't know. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. So we're going to see. This is before the fight. The fight's about to start. I'm about to watch it with my family. I'm going to watch it. I'm praying for Roy that nothing bad happens to him. I'm praying that Roy wins. I'm praying that Roy gives him hell. For as long as it lasts, I hope that Roy can give him hell. We wouldn't have this concern if Roy hadn't been knocked the hell out by 175-pounders. Glenn Johnson was 175 pounds. Antonio Tarver was 175 pounds. And these guys put Roy Jones Jr. to sleep in his prime, or as close to his prime as humanly possible. He's 51 years old now, and he's fighting a true heavyweight. A guy that's only been heavyweight his entire career from 16 to 17 years old. This guy's only fought men bigger than him. Ever. His entire career. 180-something pounds at like 14 years old. Fighting in the Junior Olympics and stuff like that in Catskill, New York. So for him to pick Roy Jones Jr., it just shows like, yo, like this dude doesn't care. Like he legit doesn't care. He said he's doing it for charity, but the life is worth the charity? Like killing this man or damaging him for the rest of his career is worth the charity? Because you're getting $10 million. You're saying you're going to give it all away. That's worth it? Out of all the guys, you could have picked Bob Sapp. It's an exhibition, right? You could have picked Bob Sapp for your comeback fight. Why? Because he's 260, 70 something pounds? Shannon Briggs, another true heavyweight. Like, there's so many other heavyweights out there that you could have picked that we would have loved to see Mike, and we would have loved to see Mike Tyson destroy this person. Like, there's so many other heavyweights, true heavyweights, natural heavyweights, that we would have loved to see Mike Tyson fight and destroy. Yet you pick on a guy who's known for getting knocked out so that you can try to replicate the same thing. That doesn't make any sense to me. Even Evander Holyfield spared you when you were out of shape and all this stuff, and he kept continuing to fight past your career. Evander Holyfield continued to have success, and you didn't want to do it. And when it was like, even for this fight, it was up in the air. Evander Holyfield started training, and you don't pick him. Pick somebody else for your tune-up fight. Because there's a lot of us out there who really respect Roy Jones Jr., and we know he's not going to turn it down. That's what everybody knows. Everybody knows Roy Jones Jr. is not going to turn down the fight. It doesn't matter. That's not what he's going to do. So, and it's $3 million in his pocket for an 8-round exhibition that he's just, okay, I'll go get knocked out. That's cool, $3 million, I'll do it. I'm sure he could use the money. It's not like he's like Mike Tyson, where he doesn't need the money. Roy Jones Jr. could definitely use $3 million at his 51 years of age. Last I checked, he wasn't driving around in Lamborghinis and living on, hundreds of millions of dollars worth of business and stuff like that. Like, people really don't care about other people's lives. You just want to see people just go in there and get their head smoked and stuff like that. And I'm glad that Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman kind of touched on that, because it just shows the character of the person. Like I said in my previous podcast, nobody wants Lennox Lewis to come back. He damn sure not calling out Lennox Lewis. He would not fight Lennox Lewis. No way, shape, or form would he fight Lennox Lewis. So I hope him and Deontay Wilder keep going back and forth. I hope him and another heavyweight. I hope he really takes his opportunity to fight one of these major heavyweights. Why not? Why not fight a Deontay Wilder? Smoke Roy Jones Jr., fight a Deontay Wilder. I think that'll be a great American fight. And hopefully Deontay Wilder doesn't do to you what he done to 40 other opponents. Right? I mean, are you going to have sympathy then if Deontay Wilder takes Mike Tyson's head smooth off his shoulders? Because he's 6'9", 217, 220, probably 223 if he fights Tyson. Anybody going to be mad then? Anybody going to be upset? Nah, y'all going to be crying. But for Roy, y'all want to see it. But ain't nobody going to want to see that. Shit don't make no sense. Anyway, it's straight out of content. I'm fixing to watch the rest of this fight. I'm going to tune in for the second part. Probably with my cousin Darnell. We're going to chime in for the second part, get that Zoom podcast. But I just had to put this out there, man. I'm about to upload this raw right to YouTube. It's going right to YouTube. I can't go live till December 5th, but all the people out there, make sure you follow me, listen to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, listen to me on Google Podcasts. Check out my podcast. Check out Straight Outta Content, Flash Custom Designs merch. Hey, we got some big things coming. Don't forget to check out Killing Every Day. Killing Every Day. They got that new Murder Monday merch. Wear your 50 merch. That's do your 50 push-ups. On top of that, don't forget to check out Soul Albany. My cousin Justin, he got the best line of clothing in New York State, period. Soul Albany. Even if you're not from Albany, you definitely want to rep that clothing line. Soul Albany on Instagram, Killing Every Day on Instagram, Killing Every Day on YouTube, and FlashCustomDesigns.com, Flash Custom Designs on Instagram, Flash Custom Designs on YouTube. We make all the merch, anything you need. And big shout out to 3 YouTubers. Number 1, Jack Cole. Jack Cole, appreciate you. They sent us back our stuff. They sent us back the merch that we sent you. They sent it back. Something happened. They sent it back. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to his merch. Make sure you go to, I think it's Creator Studio for Jack Cole. He's got a new line of merch. Make sure you go check that out. Boom. Make sure you go check out YouTube and On the Budget. Soon we're going to be doing his merch. He's killing the game right now. He just hit 100,000 subscribers. So make sure you go check out him on Instagram at YouTube and On the Budget. YouTube and On the Budget. And last but not least, Big B TV. We got a lot of big things coming for you, man. We're fixing to make all your crazy merch. We're about to hook it up. We're about to do some crazy videos. He got that fly, lime green, neon green, 5.0 2020 Mustang. I can't wait to drive. I can't wait to be in it. We got a lot of content coming. Straight to the content is collabing with a lot of major YouTubers right here in Houston. We're just gonna continue to grow. I'm almost close to 1,000 subscribers. So that's gonna be, I'm sure once I collab with these guys, I'm gonna blow past those numbers. So make sure you guys check me out. I'm about to go watch this fight and then tune in for part 2 when we discuss the fight. Okay, can't go live, but next time, December 5th, I will be going live for the Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence fight. You guys be good, you guys be safe. Remember, keep it basic. Peace.